Hi, I would like to talk about the Industrial Revolution. I am going to introduce it in general terms, then I am going to explore its causes, the major changes it brought about, and the consequences. So, to begin with, the Industrial Revolution took place during the late 18th century. It began in the United Kingdom, and then spread to the rest of the world. Before the Industrial Revolution, most people lived in small villages, working as farmers or craftsmen. Goods and products were handmade, and transport was slow and risky. The Industrial Revolution changed all that, introducing new machines, improved transportation, and a new way to produce goods. In general terms, it had both positive and negative effects on society and the economy. But let's look at the causes. There are several factors that led to the Industrial Revolution. Let's consider the most important. 1. An agricultural revolution, prompted by new farming techniques, such as crop rotation and selective breeding of animals. Moreover, new machines like the seed drill enhanced soil fertility and crop yield. As a consequence, fewer workers were needed in agriculture. 2. The enclosure movement and the rise of private property. As the old gentry grew more and more powerful, they began to enclose common land and exploit it for commercial profit. This left small farmers with no choice but to move to the cities looking for employment in the new factories. 3. Advances in technology. The two main inventions of the period were the steam engine and the spinning jenny. The former was patented by James Watt in the 1760s and powered factories and transport. The latter, patented in 1764, revolutionized the textile industry. The fourth cause is the growth of trade and the rise of capitalism. A new economic system arose, based on trade and profit. Along with nobility, a new type of wealth emerged, generated by entrepreneurs who invested in factories and machinery and struggled to conquer market shares. This system encouraged competition and innovation. Sometimes, entrepreneurs sought the financial support of banks and lending institutions. 5. Population growth. This was a cause and a consequence at the same time. Better farming and medical advances led to rapid population growth. This increased the demand for goods and led to factories hiring more workers. 6. Colonialism and raw materials. Britain's colonies in the West Indies and America provided cheap resources. Cotton, sugar, tobacco, wood, and metals fueled industrial growth and generated large profits. Plus, the colonies were obliged to buy the goods the UK couldn't sell in Europe, serving as dump markets. The Industrial Revolution brought about major changes in almost every aspect of human life. Let's consider the most important. First, the factory system. Goods were made no more in small, family-run workshops, but in large-scale factories. Clothes, for example, were mass-produced in standard sizes and sold at fixed prices. This increased efficiency and output. As a consequence, basic commodities began to cost less and less. Second, urbanization. Enclosing land forced peasants to leave rural areas and settle in cities, where new factories gave them chances to find employment. Cities like Manchester or Birmingham expanded rapidly. This caused overcrowding and poor sanitary conditions. There was also a revolution in transportation. New, steam-powered means of transport and improved infrastructure allowed faster and cheaper movement of goods and people. The new steam-powered trains and ships prompted the construction of canals and railways. But the most important changes affected society, and the workers' working conditions in particular. People worked long shifts, from 12 to 16 hours a day, for very low wages. Women and children worked as long and as hard as men, but were paid less. Moreover, workplaces were dangerous and there were no safety regulations. However, factories needed skilled workers. For this reason, education grew as compulsory schooling was introduced. A new social class emerged, made of factory owners, merchants, and bankers. The working classes, however, faced poor living conditions. To sum things up, the Industrial Revolution had both positive and negative consequences. It increased the quality and availability of products, lowering the price for basic commodities. Moreover, industrialization prompted economic growth. Governments introduced income taxes. With this money they financed education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Plus, scientific and medical advancements improved health and life expectancy. Last, but not least, better transport and communication connected the world. On the flip side, workers lived and worked in poor conditions and child labor was widespread. In urban areas, overcrowding, pollution, and poor sanitary conditions were a serious issue. Lastly, the new coal-burning factories started to cause environmental damage. In conclusion, the Industrial Revolution was a watershed moment in human history. It brought progress, but posed challenges as well. Modern technology, globalization, and environmental issues trace back to this era. Studying its impact helps us understand today's world and serve as a warning for the future of mankind. I thank you for your time and attention. If you enjoyed this video, click on the like button, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to be notified when new content is available. Until next time.